Even though Mike Tyson put Floyd Mayweather in his place before, Floyd still treats Tyson disrespectfully. Floyd stunned everyone when he announced that he would be fighting Jake Paul. But you won't believe why some people genuinely agree with Mayweather. Pay attention regardless of your point of view. Mike Tyson has always been a source of contention for Floyd Mayweather. When discussing the best boxer of all time, people often bring up names like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Louis Lennox, even though Floyd Mayweather retired without ever losing. Very few people ever associate his name with that title. There are a few possible explanations for this, one of which being that he is a boxer from the modern era, and it will take some time for him to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Don't get me wrong. Floyd is unquestionably one of the all-time greats, yet there's simply something different about him when compared to other greats. Another reason could be that those were more dominant and hard-hitting heavyweights. Now, years after Floyd retired, Mike Tyson announced a fight with YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul. Unlike earlier this year, Tyson claimed Floyd Mayweather was very delusional after ranking himself higher than the legendary Muhammad Ali. Mayweather then declared that he was the best thing to ever happen to the boxing sport. When you addressed Floyd Mayweather, you said that he was the greatest and that he defeated everyone. Tyson answered, calling Mayweather very naive and asserting that if he were really as good as Muhammad Ali, he would be able to drive his children to school by himself. Mayweather couldn't even doubt his brilliance. Tyson said, highlighting the fact that being accepted by the public rather than isolating oneself is a prerequisite for actual success. Noting that he couldn't take his children to school by himself, Tyson referred to Mayweather as a little scared man. Tyson, the former heavyweight world's undisputed champion, set aside his rivalry with Mayweather when he conceded that he would lose in a boxing match if they were the same size. Tyson acknowledged that if he were Mayweather's size in the ring, Mayweather would outclass him. Tyson and Mayweather had a falling out at one point. It's clear that Tyson respects Muhammad Ali because in a March 2019 interview, when talking about Ali's life and accomplishments, he sobbed. During his appearance on Michael Rappaport's show, Tyson was frank about the best. Tyson began by stating that he had always liked to think of himself as a harsh, merciless person who didn't care about anything. But he acknowledged that Muhammad Ali outperforms him in this regard, since he finds it hard to understand a guy who is prepared to die for his convictions. While he spoke tough, Tyson admitted that Ali was the real deal. The 56-year-old Tyson went on to call Ali a savage, an animal, and a different breed of person, saying that when asked if he would beat a prime fighter, Ali was not like the rest of them. Tyson also emphasized that no other fighters could match Ali's willingness to die for what he believed in. Muhammad Ali making his public appearance, Mike Tyson responded with an amazing when Tyson joined fellow boxing legend Sugar Ray Leonard on the Arena Hall show in 1989. Ali had been out of the ring for 8 years following his loss to Trevor Berbick in December 1981. In contrast, Mike was the unbeaten unified world heavyweight champion, and both the current and former heavyweight champions were seated on the sofa. When Hall questioned Ali about what was wrong, he said that he was afraid of Tyson. The presenter was taken aback and said that Ali was afraid of Tyson, calling him a darling. Ali reiterated his claim that Tyson was a true champion. Hall went on to question Ali on who would have prevailed in a battle between them in their prime. Ali gestured to Tyson, who looked sheepishly embarrassed by the praise. The crowd began chanting Ali's name, and the retired boxer responded by explaining that he was a dancer in the ring. Not very strong, but very quick, and that he would be knocked out if Tyson hit him, as he pretended to collapse back onto the couch. The audience cheered at Tyson's response, and he shared his thoughts respectfully, acknowledging that he knew he was great, but also that in this situation, every head must bow and every tongue must confess that Ali was the greatest of all time. Ali went on to say that although Tyson could be modest, humble, and nice, he was in fact great. Ali said that he had no idea what would happen if Tyson struck him. Tyson was impressed by Ali's capacity to stop murderers in the ring, pointing out that what made Ali a champion was his ability to withstand their worst blows. Turning back to the subject at issue, Floyd thought that this bout was a money-grabbing farce, and he wasn't alone in that opinion. Tyson believed that no one could defeat him after listening to Ali. Recently, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul engaged in some lighthearted fun during their face-off. Tyson chuckled and lightly punched the YouTuber in the stomach while tickling him. This jovial exchange was a sharp contrast. Tyson's ferocious persona from his boxing career, the 58-year-old former champion will face Paul in an 8-round battle with 2 minutes between rounds to minimize tiredness. To add to the padding, he will be wearing 14 gloves. The game is set for July 20th, and AT&T Stadium, which is close to Dallas, will broadcast it live on Netflix. In addition, Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, the undisputed junior welterweight champions, will compete in the co-main event. Analyst Paulie Melogy expressed concerns about the scheduling of the Tyson-Paul fight, calling it a missed opportunity to highlight a hint of the old Tyson. He noted that Tyson seemed to be having trouble taking Jake seriously. The news conference for the Tyson-Paul fight coincided with the build-up to a significant heavyweight title fight between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury in Saudi Arabia. Malignaggi said that Tyson would be thinking, "I need to intimidate this guy whatever Malik," given that he has faced legendary fighters like Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, Michael Spinks, and Larry Holmes. Although Jake Paul is not, Nagy didn't think Tyson could prevail in a true bout at the age of 58. Though he is still in his mid-20s and has boxed for a sufficient amount of time to be at Tyson's prime level. Additionally, Nagy said that rather than just watching, boxing fans like real rivalries and exciting fights, such as those in Saudi Arabia. While two combatants were having fun with one another, Floyd was involved in his own contentious drama. According to his old mentor, Monty Davis, Floyd was unable to leave Dubai because he owed money to some very powerful individuals. Floyd Mayweather was in the audience at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas for the AU World Championship match between Steve Strickland and Christian Cage. These rumors, which were put forth by boxing commentator Rick Glazer and Devin Davis, seemed plausible when Mayweather failed to show up in Mexico to promote an exhibition rematch with Victor Ortiz, which he had hinted at on Instagram before deleting the post. Despite the rumors, Mayweather has been active and on the move, as seen at a Clippers vs. Mavericks game in Las Vegas, and made headlines for his $30,000 donation to a homeless person in downtown Los Angeles. Any questions about his ability to travel were further removed by his presence at the AEW Double or Nothing tournament. At the highly anticipated bout between Strickland and Cage, the atmosphere at the AEW event was electrifying. Both athletes had amazing performances, and Strickland's win meant he would keep his title. Strickland shared a celebratory moment with Mayweather, who was seated in the front row. The camaraderie between the wrestling champion and the boxing legend was a highlight of the night and was captured on camera for fans to see. This wasn't Mayweather's first involvement with wrestling, as he had previously appeared on WWE. Showing his enthusiasm for the sport, his presence at the AEW event reinforced his ongoing influence in both sports and entertainment, while debunking the rumors of his confinement. Meanwhile, Mike Tyson